Book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9 says, "A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps." Men allow their hearts to show them the way and not realize that the heart is very deceptive and cannot be trusted. The primitive root word of deviseth is to interpenetrate. It means to weave or to fabricate. And it carries a tone of evil that interlaces and controls. If we all act of the whims of our hearts, society would be total chaos. There must be an outside source that collaborates and assembles all of us. We call this source the law. God's the author of the 10 Commandments, the law. It's on these 10 that most laws of people are founded. It's most interesting that when Jesus summarized the 10 Commandments, they were reduced to 2 and their general nature was changed. They had been a series of thou shalt nots. He made them into marvelous thou shalts. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God. Thou shalt love thy neighbor. They were changed from a burden to a benefit. The need of our lives is one that gives direction. When on a detour, one needs either a person or a sign to point them in the right direction. We are on a detour of life headed for eternity. A wrong turn can lead to hell, while a right turn can lead to heaven. Having never been to either, we can't devise our own way. But we need one that knows the way and can direct our steps. Before salvation, he directs us to faith, and specific faith in Christ. After salvation, he directs our walk that we not get lost and confused as to where we are at. We know not what a day may bring forth, or what the future holds. But the Lord does direct us through the obstacles of life. Know something, he doesn't always direct us from these obstacles, but through them. I told a story years ago about an old black preacher that in preaching to his enslaved brethren preached on, and it came to pass, and it came to pass. And what he set to teach those folks was whatever hardships they had would come to pass on. Consider Haman. He devised in his heart to rid the world of the Jews, and even got the king to sign the decree. But God directed the noose that he had prepared for Mordecai to go about his neck. Joseph's brothers, they devised a plan to sell their brother and get rid of him. But God directed his steps to become the prime minister of the most powerful nation of its time, the land of Egypt. It's very simple. Submit your way unto the Lord rather than your heart, and he will take care of you in the best possible way. Sometimes that way is through great sorrow, but God uses that to build our compassion. Sometimes that way is through tribulations, but we know from the Word that patience is built, or tribulation builds patience. No matter what, it's good for our good. The Bible says in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, and to them who are called according to his purpose. It's not always what we think is good, but for our good. What a marvelous God we have. We devise our way so often, but oh, thank God he can direct our steps.